Thank you all for coming today, and thank you, InPartner, for having this awesome event in Miami. It's awesome to be here. You know, it's so funny, back in 2016, when I founded PartnerTap, I had this sales leader that I worked with for over 10 years. His name was Mike D'Onofrio, and I told him about how Autumn Grimm, who's my co-founder, one of my co-founders, I told him how we were starting this company and how it was around co-sell, and it was going to be this co-sell platform. And he said, so he has a New York accent, Cassandra, co-selling is what we do at Concur. Not a lot of companies do co-sell. Well, hey, Mike, I'm here at InPartnerCon, and I'm keynoting about co-sell right after Tiffany Bova. So it's a thing. But, my name is Cassandra, and if you know anything about Greek mythology, Cassandra sees the future, and nobody believes her. So that's my story. But I love InPartnerCon. 2 years ago, I met with one of their great customers. You probably know them, Lumen Technologies. And they knew that they needed to get closer to their customer and surround that customer. But they had a problem where they had their direct sellers and an indirect channel, and they wanted, oftentimes those two forces would actually compete for business. And they knew in order to get these customers, grow these customers, and serve them, they wanted to have a co-sell motion. What they were looking for was a complete sales transformation. And so today, many companies are operating that similar playbook. And they're coming to us, and the reason they're coming to us is because sales is broken. And there's two reasons why sales is broken today. The first is that our buyers have changed. You think about when you go to make a new purchase in your business, you're going to go and you're going to talk to your most trusted advisors. You're going to come to industry events. You're going to learn. You're not going to just go buy something off the shelf. You're going to ask people. And, Maria Chin and I, along with Reagan from Spur Reply, were on a co-sell transformation webinar. And what Maria said, the research showed that B2B buyers are turning to personal advisors for advice on the products that they should consider and the companies they should work with. And our deals are so much more complex. The dynamics are so different. Mid-market deals today feel like an enterprise sales process. Everybody's trying to figure out how this is going to fit into an existing tech stack. We need to bring in implementation partners. Maybe this is going to be sold through, buy down credits on a marketplace or a reseller, and it's just so complicated. This is what the process looks like. We have our sellers, and we expect them to quarterback all these different partners, and they need to bring these partners in at a certain time in the process. But they're operating with blindfolds. They don't know who they should be working with. So they have to go through their channel, they have to go through their partner managers, and they are blindfolded as well. Spreadsheets are getting thrown around, and that's why 2024, we are at an inflection point. And sales transformation is now a top priority. Here's the good news. Everybody in this room is growing an ecosystem. You all have the key to the new playbook. Co-selling is the key to faster growth. Told you, Mike. But it's so hard to operationalize and scale because we're doing it all on spreadsheets. And it's not secure, it's not trackable. I mean, we call it random acts of co-selling. So that's what companies are doing. And yes, it does not scale. So I just want to level set with everybody on what the actual definition is of co-sell. And Jay, we can talk about this one later. It's the active collaboration between salespeople across companies so they can source, influence, or accelerate a sales process. Now, a salesperson can be a reseller, it can be a salesperson inside your organization, anybody that's holding a quota and can sign a contract, that's what we think of as salesperson. But co-selling at scale, in order to truly make this successful, we need to automate this across hundreds of thousands of partners. We need to automate across many, many companies, accounts, and we can't focus on our org structure. So this is where I'm going to start to dive into the pitfalls, because we've been working with companies for over 2 years, and we've had a lot of learnings on this. So the first is, you've heard that saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Can we all just agree that the Lone Ranger salesperson is just not a thing? Nobody sells alone. Like, can we all just say that together? Nobody sells alone. They don't. Because the deals are so complex today, every single salesperson, whether they're working internally or externally, there is a team there that is getting deals done. So we have to stop celebrating this one-man band. And we can't just focus on our partner team or our channel team. We have to focus on everyone, the sales team, the partner team, the channel team. And when you bring in automation, you can't just have this in shadow IT. You have to go through the hard work of going through the legal process, going through privacy review, so that this can scale across your partner ecosystem. The second pitfall we see, and this is a big one, is actually how the program is designed. So you do all this work, you do all this automation, and then your partners and your sellers are disincentivized to even sell together. I can't tell you how many times we've put in a co-sell platform, we're running a sales play, we were connecting teams, and they go, well, I'm gonna get dinged if I go work with so-and-so, so I'm not gonna do it. It's crazy. The other thing is this take first approach. We have to come with a partner mindset. And then this fallacy of build it and they will come. No, we need training and enablement for any type of transformation. So now we're going to unveil our 10-step co-sell transformation playbook. So the first step is, this is for change agents, okay? I talked about the story of Lumen in the beginning. Top down in that organization, they are talking about transformation. And that CEO, Kate Johnson, that is heard from the top. Danny Benedetti, Sarah Seegers in that channel org, they were ready to transform. The next thing is the strategy that you build. This is new messaging for partners, for sellers, for your channel team. But it starts with the business case. And all of these business cases need to have KPIs that are trackable. And then alignment. You need all of your executives, your sales leaders, and your partner teams aligned on this new go-to-market motion. And then you need to design a program that actually puts the customer in the center. You know, I've heard so often, you know, people in the channel, people leading partner teams, my customer is my partner. Your customer is the shared customer. Your partner is your partner. Sure, you need to treat your partner as like your customer, but we need to align around a shared customer, because when we're building for the shared customer, that's when we're doing the right thing. That's when revenue follows. We're going to hear from 3 panelists, and there's a woman, Ashlyn, at eSentire. She and her team are designing a program all centered around the customer. Can't wait for you all to hear that. The next thing, automation. You need account mapping, real-time pipeline sharing, and then you need co-sell workflows to actually connect and track all of this. And we talk to companies, and when they start their transformation, it's not do this right away with everybody. It's pick your top partners. Pick your top partners, the ones that you're already driving revenue with, because those partners are the ones that your executive team can get behind, your sales team already knows, and so we make this change where we 10x revenue with our top partners, and then we can scale. But depending on your company size, you might start with 5 partners, or you might be like HPE, start with 1,000. It's what you think of your top partners, that's who you start automation with. Now, roles and responsibilities are going to change. This is where it gets really hard, because your CAMs, your PAMs, your sales reps are now going to be hunting with partners. Your CAMs and your PAMs are actually going to be really proactive in driving sales plays. We're no longer doing random acts of co-sell. We're being very thoughtful in a data-driven approach to where should we be driving pipeline right now. And then every single transformation, it's technology and people. We have great service partners. Shout out to JSG, shout out to Spur Reply, Achieve Unite. These are awesome companies that are coming in and they're doing hard work of changing and training. This is the best part. This is where the revenue is. So this is great. We've automated everything, but now we actually need to go run sales plays. Jeff Matten's going to come out and he's going to talk about a sales play that he's running, but I won't steal your thunder, Jeff. And these sales plays are going to be around close not one campaigns, products, incentives. Chris Jones from AT&T, he's doing through channel plays. He can talk about that. But these are the proactive approach to bringing the teams together through distributors, through direct sellers. This is where the money's at. And how many people want to get, recognized for the work that they're doing? Everybody. We have to be able to track all of this back to pipeline. In order to do that, you need to connect into your systems of record, systems like InPartner, your CRM, and this full workflow can live where everybody's living day in and day out. Change management. This is a hard one because people can go backwards, right? We just get into our old ways. But everybody needs to be on board. We are proactively co-selling. And so sales leaders need to manage their sales teams. Hey, when you have a reach out, you need to go engage with this partner, and here's how you show up. Partner managers, channel chiefs, we all have to manage this process. And then this is the fun part. We've proven the ROI, and now we scale across the ecosystem. Now we start connecting hundreds of thousands of partners, millions of accounts and opportunities, and we are on a daily basis driving workflows across these teams and running sales plays. So I'm so proud to be here today with you and leading the top co-selling platform. You know, we've been a long, long time in partner, since 2018. And our companies together is really what companies need today to be able to co-sell. And like I said before, you know, everybody in this room holds the keys to success. My team's gonna be here. We have a co-sell lounge. Please come talk to us. You know, if you're not thinking about a co-sell transformation, I promise you that your competition is already started their journey. So with that, I am going to transition to some innovators in the space. Come on up. Thank you so much. Sit down. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so happy all of you decided to come up. So what I want to start with is we've got a quick rapid fire panel. I'd like each one of you to introduce yourselves, and then if you can just give us a little bit about what gave you the push to start this co-sell journey and how you're approaching it. And Chris, since you're my first, to my right.
All right, my name is Chris Jones. I am with AT&T, and what I would actually say is Cassandra's talking a lot about PartnerTap and co-sell, and we have a slight variation of how we're using the tool, and I would actually argue how we're using it is an activation tool for partners. And so for those of you that don't know kind of what we do, obviously we sell package solutions, you know, full package solutions to end user customers through indirect. We go to market through tech distributors. So if you haven't heard, people like Telarus and Telesys, Avant, companies like that. And it's two-tier distribution. And one of the biggest challenges we have is our channel historically has been a little bit, and I use an analogy, it's kind of like riding a bull, right? We hop on the bull, the partner is the bull, the partner has a customer opportunity, and as a supplier, we're hanging on, hoping we can last for 8 seconds and win the deal, right? It's very reactive, and you have no control over it. But the reality is there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of customers out there that can buy AT&T services, but if a partner isn't engaged with them, we have no way to get to them. And so we're actually using PartnerTap right now in a program. We're working with another big technology provider. We're working with Janet Shine at JSG Group, and we're doing an initiative where we're using PartnerTap, where we're uploading leads of customers into PartnerTap. We're bashing it against a distributor's version of PartnerTap, and we're identifying relationships where they've sold another service to the end user customer, and then we're going off and engaging that partner to sell an AT&T solution. And so in PartnerTap language, we're co-selling, the partner is co-selling with us as a channel program. To me, we're activating new partners. And what we're seeing in our early work together is, the way I look at sort of channel partners is there's active, passive, and dormant partners. And what we're seeing is most of the partners that we're getting hits on are dormant or passive. They're people that haven't been selling AT&T solutions. They're opting into these solutions. And now, instead of holding on for dear life with the bull, we're steering the bull, and we're trying to get the bull to go where we want it to go. And there are hundreds of thousands, as I said, if not millions of customers we're doing this with. And we're also now doing it with other companies in the technology space where we can kind of bring it all together. So what I would say is PartnerTap is a co-selling tool as it's defined, but really, if you look at it the right way, we're using, as I said, it's kind of an activation tool. It's actually a hunting tool. And it's a way for you to be much more methodical and prescriptive in terms of the customers you want to go after. And instead of spending all your time trying to convince partners to talk about you as a supplier, it's changing the whole dialogue and the whole conversation with our customers and our partners.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
Get a round of applause.
Awesome.
Oh, look at that.
So, Ashlyn,
Yes.
can you help us talk about your co-sell journey and what you're doing?
Absolutely. So, hi everyone. I'm Ashlyn McLean. My role is VP of Global Partner Development at eSentire. eSentire is a cybersecurity company, about 20 years old, and we're based in Ontario, Canada, if you're not familiar. I myself hail from Raleigh, North Carolina, so I work remote from there. Any neighbors out there, I think? So I've been in the channel for a long time and marketing background, and came into eSentire. It'll be about 3 years in the spring. So we're still in our journey. We started out basically looking at the lay of the land of the channel at eSentire. There was a call for some transformation there. So we set out to articulate a strategy that was based on a mission to create quota-carrying capacity for our sales team through the channel. So that's our mission. The way that we decided to go about that and became our underlying strategy is to do that by finding proximity to buyers. Because the buyer's journey, as we all know, has changed and it continues to change. So we set our focus on that customer and their experience, and we drew from that to build a new experience for eSentire partners. So about 6-9 months in, we rebranded and reintroduced our partner program. We ditched the precious metal tiers. We did some segmentations, finding the active, passive, dormants. And we started to define an ideal partner profile. Based on that, we segmented further and found the ones that we thought we could really enable and fund and go to market with. And this program was rebranded and launched as the E3 Partner Program, which stands for expertise, which is a call to eSentire being the authority in managed detection and response. So we've got the technology, that's table stakes. Ecosystem, because we work in an ecosystem and the partner and the customer is actually a central point of that. And experience. How can we make the partner's experience better when they have so many vendors to work with? So bring that into where we are today, and one of the natural transitions was for us to focus on what we're calling co-sell now. So we just recently brought in PartnerTap. We are zeroing in as a company on our ICP and a stronger ABX strategy, and we're bringing our IPP to more maturity, and we're finding that proximity to the buyers that are a great match for eSentire. So that's where we're at right now.
Wonderful. Thanks, Ashlyn. Okay, Jeff.
And hey, I'm Jeff Matten. I'm VP of Global Partner Programs and Operations for BeyondTrust. We are a cybersecurity company also. We handle access and identity management. So we never said, let's do co-sell, right? We just call it partnering, right? But it's evolved. And now it's not just, well, you all know, it's not just a resale and a transaction. So we wanted to make sure we're helping more customers through partnering. Again, we never said co-sell. We also said we want to make sure we continue this journey to build and enable the partner ecosystem. Because we've all had ecosystems before, but now it's really important to enable them. So we figured we'd attack that as well. And at the same time, we've got our CRO sitting here. He'll be up, I think, next. But we had to meet his needs to help our salespeople engage with partners to advance deals more or build more pipeline. So this is kind of the background of what we were doing. And again, we didn't call it co-sell. So we attacked it on 2 levels. One, we went to Salesforce, not to the company, but ourselves, and just said, okay, what do we need to do on the opportunity record to identify where partners are? So we built a custom object. It wasn't too hard. The gentleman who did it in our partner ops team is here if you want to chat with him. But on every opportunity now, we can find partner involvement, including down to partner influence. So we can figure out who's doing the transaction. Was there a deal reg? Who's influencing? Is there an integration that's important? Who's going to actually deploy and implement this thing? So we can do all these things now in Salesforce, and part of that helps us prove to our salespeople, because we have an indirect and direct model, so we do have some people who are still skeptical, that, hey, partners are in there. You aren't the one who knows everything about your accounts, right? We can show that. Now, from a system side, we said, okay, what else can we do with this? I think that's where PartnerTap comes in. So we're already doing co-selling, we're already doing sharing of accounts, but we do it with spreadsheets. So now we have this secure, automated way to do it so much faster. And it's integrated with Salesforce. So we're very soon going to be able to show up in a customer account on an opportunity, who are all those partners and what role do they play? Again, it helps us get to a number of problems. But one of the big ones for us, selfishly, it'll prove to our salespeople, the skeptical folks, that partners can help you here. And Cass talked about, the Lone Ranger. It's always been a team, like she said. We're just saying expand that team to people who just don't happen to have a badge that says our company, right? So that's what we're doing. A sales play we're running right now is we went to our partner managers and said, okay, you all have to have your ecosystem, because we have the global ecosystem, but every region, every territory for our partner managers, they did their own little ecosystem. They have to pick out transacting partners, MSPs, who can do delivery, right, GSIs, and who are you using integrations-wise. All these companies can help us and help customers in a way we can't. So they have that, right? We went to our partner managers and said, we want you all to pick some partners and start using PartnerTap with them. One of our partner managers, we went to him and said, let's do a reheat list, reheat campaign. Let's look back at deals that went cold in the last 6 months. Not closed won, not closed lost, they're just cold. He said, I don't want to do that. I want to do 18 months, way more valuable. And in fact, the partners already asked me for something like this. So we are actively working with a partner on that. And last week I had 2 partners, one, an alliance integration partner, say, hey, do you have PartnerTap? Because we are starting to use them, which is great. And our biggest distie in Europe said the same thing. So we're trying to bring these companies together. People are asking for it. This is simply another tool that automates and helps us do it so much easier with a lot of reporting and metrics in the back end. So that's our journey.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for coming up here and sharing your stories. I hope that we can help you all ride the bull for a long, long time. That was a great analogy. So this was a rapid fire panel. I want to thank Partner for having us up here. We appreciate it. And you can find us in the Co-Sell Lounge, meet with these innovators throughout the conference. They are doing some amazing things, not just with PartnerTap, so talk to them for sure. Thank you all for coming up here today.